Yo, what is going on YouTube? So, this is going to be a pretty much live run through of one of my ad accounts. I'm going to be showing you guys how I set up my tattoo artist ads, pretty much A through Z. Now, this is going to be for anybody that's looking into running ads or even tattoo artists wanting to run ads for themselves or, just pretty much for that in general, right? So I'm going to be walking you guys through the different types of campaigns, pretty much a live ad account of how I set things up, how my creatives look, and everything like that. So enjoy this video, and remember, drop a like, follow, subscribe. All right, so we're just going to start off with create. And then kind of run through what they mean. So engagement means like it's good if you want to obviously get more engagement on your profile, and just more like views, messages, likes, stuff like that, right? Traffic is another one I use, which if I want to send more people to like a landing page, if they have like something specific like that for their tattoo business, or just their profile or just DMs. The way I use it is just for DMs, right? I'll use an engagement campaign or a traffic campaign more than anything for tattoo artists, simply just because they more so want DMs. And with DMs, lead campaigns doesn't really work because it always has like an AI generated like an AI generated fucking like response. And a lot of artists don't like that. So to eliminate that, I'll usually either set up an engagement or a traffic. And the way I use it, they are both used pretty much the same. Right now, I've been running with the engagement and it's been running really, really well. So that's what I am going to be showing you guys today. Those are the difference between all of those. So if you're running a DM campaign, I would definitely recommend either traffic or engagement set up for message conversations. Do not set it up for link clicks. That is gonna mess you up. Do not do link clicks. Do not do post engagement. Nothing. We're doing message conversations only. So I'm going to dive into one of my campaigns right now and kind of show you guys kind of what I did on this artist's account. All right, so my fucking light was about to die and it kept flickering, so I turned it off. Hopefully, you guys can still see me pretty well. So, what I did here for this artist, now, this is pretty much how I run every single one of my campaigns. As you can see, this month, what's the date today? We're on September 7th, already 8 leads. That was yesterday. It's 10 o'clock where I'm at. We haven't even gotten to the half day mark yet, right? So, I'm going to do maximum. So, as far as when I started this campaign, so what happened here is this fucking campaign is, I don't know why it happened on this account, but as you can see, I tested multiple different creatives, different copies in this ad set, different ad sets, and I had a winner right here. This one was fucking killing it. $2 per lead, $25 daily. We only spent $144. Now, that was really good. Um what happened was is I scaled it. So I started at 15, I scaled it to 20 and then to 25. And I don't know what the fuck happened, but it just stopped spending. And I was like, holy shit. God damn it. Right. And so I try to pretty much duplicate it because if it's a winner, it usually should just keep winning. Now, that's not what happened in this case. It sucked, right? No worries. All I did was I got into another campaign, and as you can see, it's about the same cost per result over the campaign, right? $3, about $4, whatever. About this is a little hundred more dollars spent. So it's pretty much doing better, right? So boom. Now we are gonna go into the campaign and the ad set. So this is my new winner. It is a single image. My last one was a AI generated video. And as you can see, this one did pretty well too. I just launched a whole new campaign because something was jacked up in the other one. So I just launched a new campaign and I came up with a new winner. So what I did for this one, we're going to go exactly into it now, right? So boom. Obviously, campaign is just pretty much what I told you guys. This is going to be an engagement. You don't change anything else in here. You just leave all this pretty much the same: auction, engagement, boom, 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 boom. All right. So now my ad sets. Now, we're running this to his Instagram only. We're doing maximize number of conversations. Remember when I said that we don't want link clicks, we don't want landing page views, we don't want none of that shit. We want maximize number of conversations. We want people to go to the DMs. Um, I don't know why this is set on 0. Obviously, Meta's bugging. Let me see if I could fix that for you guys. That way you guys can see. Okay, boom. So $25. So I started this at 15. A lot of my A lot of my ads will be at $15 a day each. I'll usually test 2. I'll usually test a single image and then a video, and I'll see how each plays out, right? If they both suck, then I'll make changes, right? I'm always on top of it. I'm always making sure that my artists aren't spending, any more than they need to be. We're not wasting money, right? Obviously, you have to spend money to be able to test and see what's working well. Um, but for the most case, I'm pretty on top of it. So I started at $15. Now we're up at 25. Thank God this one didn't mess up. And we started this August 25th at 12 a.m. I like to run my ads at 12 a.m. That way it gets a full day of runtime, because if you're starting like at 9 a.m., right? Say you start at 9 a.m., Meta usually takes a few hours for it to start going, start kicking in, start spending. And then it's like 1, and then you're kind of cooked, right? If you start at 12 a.m., then by like 9 a.m., you got leads coming in, you got DMs coming in, and everything's flowing. Um, Boom. So yeah, now I did this artist is from Texas, and this is pretty much the same way I set up all of my ads. This will be, maybe I'll change the radius, maybe the age range. I don't really target too much. Broad is king now, and it'll find your audience pretty well. Now, if we're trying to target a certain demographic, as far as like, say if I have an artist that charges super, super high, I'll try to target those higher income areas. But with that being said, a lot of the times the artist's work doesn't match those higher income areas. Say if you have like a black and gray realism style, it's very like, um I just got off the phone with an artist. It was kind of like a Chicano style, right? A lot of those higher end zip codes, they don't really like that kind of work. Maybe they don't even like work in general. Maybe they don't even like getting tattoos, right? So that's tricky there too. So that's why I like to stay broad, because Meta will find your audience. Um, so boom, I did a 40-mile radius here. Some places I could even do 50, even if it's $15 budget, which isn't a lot. If I have a $10 budget, I'll drop it down to like 30. It just depends, right? That's where testing comes in. So boom, age range 22 to 55. I feel like that's kind of like the sweet spot again. But nowadays there's a lot of older heads that are wanting to get tattooed, and they got the big bucks, right? Their life's kind of not over. Don't It's not over, but they've already lived through life, and they've already made the decisions that they want to make. They're retired, they don't have to worry about a job, so they're trying to get inked, and they have money. So sometimes I'll leave this at 65 plus, just again depending on my testing and shit like that, right? So boom, now we're getting into the placements. I run a lot of Instagram. A lot of artists are marketing most of the time on Instagram. They don't really use Facebook too much, right? Or they do, but most of their audience is on Instagram. So I'm doing Instagram feed, Instagram Explore, Instagram Home, Instagram Stories, and Instagram Reels. That is it. I am not wasting any money on other bullshit. The reason why I don't run profile feed is because I want to attract new clients. Profile feed, the ad is going to pop up on the profile, and people that have more than likely already gotten their work or see their work every day. If they're already getting followed by, certain people, and they haven't DM'd them yet, then they obviously don't want work, right? They're gonna see their posts. A lot of my artists post pretty consistently, especially the ones who I run their Instagram for. I run their Instagram, and I will post 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So they will constantly see them. If they don't want, if they don't see it, then they're not gonna see the ad unless they're running like a special. Then maybe they'll DM them. But a lot of my artists don't have specials. We just, we know how to get bookings without them. We're not doing that bullshit where we want to attract the people that only come around for specials, right? All right, so boom, now we are in the ad level. So this is a good example, because I actually tested this single image in the first campaign. It did really bad. And the AI generated video did really good. So I knew that this was a winner though, because this has worked with a lot of my other artists. This format, obviously not the same work, but this format where I put 3 pictures on the side, one big bold picture for the bigger picture, right? And then I have the call out, Houston, Texas, now accepting new clients, DM the book. Now, why am I doing that? I want new clients. I do not, okay, I take it back. I want new clients, and I do also want, clients that have visited them in the past. But for the most part with ads, bro, like I want to attract new clients, to attract new word of mouth, to attract new returning clients, right? Yes, your clients, your artist's current clients are going to see the ads because they are in the same area. Of course, if you're doing a good job, then they will see the ads. Everybody in the area should see the ads. Um, so that there is a good example. Now, this didn't do good, but I said I knew this was going to be a winner. Let me test it one more time and boom, it's printing. I had my AI generated winner creative. Oh no, this was my winner, and this one didn't do too good. In this one, it did really good in the other campaign. In the other campaign, but in this one, it just didn't do too well. Now that's just the name of the game, right? This one did pretty well. The new one that I made. And with this, bro, like a big thing with creatives for artists is you have to have something different. I honestly think I was the first one to do this in the industry. I'm not gonna lie to you. The AI generated voiceover like tattoos. Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. But I had never seen them. I've been doing these for a little while, and they work really, really well. Um, so, and I just think that's different. A lot of other artists ask my artists, you know, that they tell my artists they've seen their ad, and you know they're like, "How'd you make that? Is it doing really well? Like I'm always seeing it, boom, 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 right?" So it's obviously working. Um, so obviously that one didn't work in this campaign. So now I'm running with this one. I found a new winner. And that just comes with testing, bro. That comes with trusting your creatives. Obviously, if you have a dog shit creative, even if you think it's good and it's not performing, don't just stick to it. But for how long I've been doing this and knowing I've worked with, you know, plenty of artists to know what creative works and what creative doesn't. So boom, this is the ad level, right? So this is where all the money happens. This is where all the good shit happens. So boom, you set up your ad, single image. Carousels are not really working in the tattoo industry today. They're it's just people don't want to swipe. People would rather just see something big, bold. Okay, boom. He's accepting new clients. Let me get one in, right? Carousel, they have to swipe to get to the call to action. They have to do a bunch of bullshit that they most likely don't want to do. Um, a lot of artists will set up an ad and they'll just put a picture of their work, and in the primary text they'll be like DM to book now. Like a lot of people don't read the primary text. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but it's a lot better is if you put multiple different pieces of work on the ad in either a picture or a video, and you have a good call out, a good CTA, and just like overall just good everything on the single image. That way people know what you're doing. The reason why it works so well in a video is because the video catches attention. It's an AI generated video that pops a lot of clean work and they want to watch it, right? So they're going to stay long enough to see the CTA, which is DM to book. Um, Once you get that in there, you pretty much just go down. You don't do multi advertiser ads. What that's going to do is it's going to show your ad after multiple ads or multiple ads after your ad, and you don't want that. You want just your ad to pop up. So don't do that. And then boom, right here for the primary text, I will literally just chat GBT it. I'm not fucking, I guess you could say, bright enough to come up with the whole fucking primary text by myself. I'll give chat GBT what I want. As you can see, this is 3 spots left for the end of August, and we're out of August now, but I'm not changing this yet because it's still doing really good. I still have booking for September. So now once we get through September, I'm going to change the ad for more of an October and November type of deal, right? And again, most people don't even read the primary text, so they won't even know when the fuck he is booking for. This is just to have something out there in case they do read it, and because you can't just leave it blank, it looks weird. Um, so now, boom, call to action, book now. We're not doing anything else. We're not doing send message. I see a lot of artists doing send message now. Yeah, that could work, but no, we want people to book now. We don't want them to send a message to you and be like, hey, clean work. No, we want bookings. We want people to book right the fuck now. All right. So, boom, that's how you do that. Um, Now we are in the template. Now, again, I see a ton of artists that are running their own ads and they'll do just a basic generic greeting. They'll be like, "Hey," and then it'll be like the automated name, "How can I help you?" or some bullshit, right? We know how you can help us. We want a tattoo. So boom, thanks for clicking. Let me know what piece you're wanting or click a quick question down below. Now, these are some pretty good quick questions that people tend to like to ask. Yes, this can attract some tire kickers that just want to see pricing. Now, if that happens, obviously I'll make changes, but for the most part, it's not an issue. Um, yes, you guys got to know that in ads with tattoo artists, a lot of people are just trying to window shop. They want to get a price for a piece they might be wanting to get in the future, but don't want to get yet, right? So there's going to be a handful of those, but for the most majority part, people are going to want to book with my campaigns. If you set everything up right, obviously look into the area, and there might be some things you have to tweak. Um, but my artists get booked. Yes, there's a handful of people that just want to window shop, but there's a way more that are actually booking. Um, and like the power of ads is actually crazy because the way I found my artist down here was actually through an ad. I wasn't even looking to get a piece. I was literally just scrolling at the gym and I was fucking, scrolling and shit. And I saw his work and I was like, holy shit, let me tap in. And then I end up getting booked in, right? So ads really work even for people that are not currently looking for a piece. Some dope work pops up on their page and they're like, damn, bro, like I need to book, right? So boom. So that's pretty much how I set up my ads for the most part. I do it the same way every time because that's what works for me. Now most of my artists do have like a $800 to $1,000, maybe even $1,200 a monthly budget for ad spend. So, that is not a lot, but that is not a little either. It's kinda like enough to be able to get them booked out for like, a couple months ahead, right? If you know what you're doing. So with that, I can't test multiple different things. I have to find a winner pretty quick, to be able to scale it. Because you gotta think about it, right? If I scale winner to $40 a day, um then that's like 40, 80, 120. You're spending $100 in fucking, 3 days. And that goes by quick, bro. Over $100 in 3 days. That goes by quick. So you have to kind of find a winner once you get to and then once you get to scaling, you have to make sure that winner's actually bringing in general like bookings, right? So that's a big part of it. But that's basically how I set up all my campaigns and everything like that. It's pretty much the same every single time. All right, so if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I haven't really been too consistent on YouTube just because it's pretty hard to fucking edit these long form contents. And I manage a lot of artists, so I'm pretty busy with that. But I am going to be trying to post more on here. And if you're not following me on TikTok and Instagram, where I post a lot more, make sure you drop a follow. Again, I will link those down below. But yeah, hopefully you guys learn something from this and you take it into your own campaigns. If you're a tattoo artist, and you want to learn, I am dropping a course here soon to where I teach you guys full blown A through Z how to learn everything. And you only pay a one-time fee to where you're not paying like monthly, right? Or if you are interested in getting marketing by me, drop a comment down below or shoot me a DM on Instagram and we'll see if we can work.